I talked about the Soul Society and how it encourages a sort of complacency and runs on the concept of necessary evil in a previous video. So let's talk about Hueco Mundo.
Always eat the one you love.
In terms of Hueco Mundo and the Empire of Light, both are situated as societies with dog-eat-dog cultures. Hueco Mundo is a vast desert of nothing. There are no homes, there are no shelters, there are no schools, there are no places of worship. There is nothing to live for here. You don't even remember who you were before coming here. And you've only reached this point because the supposed bringers of balance took too long to even save you. The Soul Reapers are gods, but Hollows are nothing. They wallow in nothing. They remember nothing. Whether it's Soul Reapers, Quincy, Fullbringers, or humans, their entire existence is to be hunted, even amongst themselves. And even when they imitate some form of government, like having a king, at the end of the day, it means nothing. Nothing changes. The only aspect of their humanity that is left to cling on to is their need to survive, to fight to survive. So there is nothing but violence. And Aizen does nothing but reward that violence. Much like the Soul Society, their stability relies on aiding a status quo, grasping at an aspect of humanity that while it can make you feel alive in comparison to feeling nothing, it's not really reliable. And it says a lot that the espadas that are still alive are the ones that could facilitate a new lifestyle in Hueco Mundo. Grimmjow being destruction, which again can make you feel alive as you exert force onto something in order to prove that you existed, but ultimately it's unreliable in terms of sustainment. Look at Rome as an empire. They destroyed cultures and people in order to insist their own existence, but it still crumbled. Hell, their destruction of others is what inevitably led to their own downfall, trying to spread their empire and eventually spreading themselves too thin. For Grimmjow, he's not the one in charge. Destruction is not always negative. Sometimes something has to die in order for something new to be born. Whether it's better or not will be subjective. But destruction is a vital part of life. It's an unquestionable part of life, because we as humans don't always see it as a negative. Think about how certain animals are seen as vital because they work as population control for other animals or insects. You might destroy your cats because it served its purpose. You destroy your toxic relationship with another person, or you destroy someone's entire ability to be taken seriously, not that they had it to begin with one small clip.
Just one small problem. Sell their houses to who, Ben? Aquaman!
Nell is an odd one because her aspect of death seems to still be up in the air. While I think Bleached Brave Soul says that her aspect is lamentation, Can't Fear Your Old World implies that the aspects of death are shared by rank rather than person, which personally is a choice. I like Lamentation though. It fits with her character pre-dethroning. And the aspects of death just work as something more personal. I can accept both Grimmjow and Loopy sharing the same aspect because both have personalities that can work for that. However, Hallibell and Nell don't really have those vibes. Regardless, it still works for what I'm saying. If you go with Lamentation as Nell's aspect, it's still something worth saving, lamenting on your existence and all that. It's mourning and sorrow. You might lament on the experiences that you may have missed out on as a child with a rough upbringing. Maybe you lament on those you lost and the memories with them. Maybe you lament on a friendship where you mutually drifted apart and you wonder if they're doing all right. Maybe you're watching someone become something you don't want to be around and lamenting on how it all fell apart. Hell, maybe you just failed a test you studied for and now you're lamenting on what went wrong. The process of grieving something or mourning something is so embedded in us that often we won't even recognize that we do it unless it's for specific things. Lamentation gives us the tools to move forward. It's how we evolve. And then Hallibell being sacrificed, an aspect that is undoubtedly human, because we're always sacrificing something. We sacrifice others for our own convenience, or we sacrifice our own convenience for others, and on so many different levels too. All of these aspects are human. They're neutrally human. While the other Espada have aspects where their neutrality can be argued depending on what a person believes, despair, intoxication, madness, rage, it's widely accepted that things like destruction, lamentation, and sacrifice can be for the greater good. And there is hope. Orihime's brother shows that there is hope for hollows so long as they haven't gone too far down a dark path. But even further than that, Ukiura, in his final moments, shows that far down his path, it's still not impossible. It's especially not impossible with Arankars like Nell and Holybell and their respective entourages. Factions that are built with love and mutual respect for each other. There's a reason they're still alive, but Grimjow's isn't. Even though, yes, Hollybell's and Nell's groups were probably initially formed the same way as other groups, with them bending to a more powerful Arankar, it's those positives mixed in there that make them more fruitful than, say, Baragon's group or Pig Mayuri's group. And with Hallibell as their leader, there is hope for the future of Hueco Mundo. And maybe it doesn't have to be a land of nothing for long.